In the year 1995, a certain Nigerian was sentenced to 30 years in prison by the then military head of state, General Abacha, because he was openly critical of his government. After the leader must have had a rethink, because he reduced jail time to 15 years. This man spent only 3 years, 3 months and 3 days before he regained his freedom. According to him, it was God's mercy that brought him out. To his surprise, the general who had imprisoned him was dead. 3 years later, in 2001, this same man became the president of the country. This is, in a nutshell, the story of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Some people could have accredited his premature release to providence, fate, or luck, but the person involved openly admitted that mercy spoke for him. Many a judge have been asked to tamper justice with mercy. Does this mean that a person should not be held responsible for his or her actions? No. Simply put, mercy is compassion and forgiveness shown towards a person who is in one's power to punish or harm, however very well deserved the punishment may be. Mercy is the but in judgment. To be at someone's mercy means to be totally at their disposal and without defense before them. The origin of the word mercy can be tracked back to the Latin term merced or mercus, which means price paid. Jesus paid the ultimate price to absolve us of all guilt when he sacrificed his life in love. The bedrock of mercy is love, compassion, kindness, and generosity. The mercy of God is so much more beautiful than what is obtainable anywhere in the world. It is not worked for or earned. It is not measured by good deeds or character. Neither is it based on recommendation. Quite the opposite, in fact. It is the outflow of God's compassion to the world. Mercy sees and recognizes struggle, and God delights in easing your burdens. When mercy steps into a man's life, a plethora of good things become evident immediately. First of all, mercy speaks rest. No wonder in Matthew 11 verse 28, he says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." God's mercy is an invitation. It is an outstretched hand. It is a promise. It is love. Are you lonely and tired of being on your own, of fighting battles alone? God says, "Come." Hand them over to him who carries the burden of humanity. Are you about to sink in a sea of regret and depression? He says, "Bring your baggage." Are you constantly worried, anxious about the future? God says, "Relax." He has got you covered. From sin, from grief, from worry, from doubt. Mercy speaks rest. When mercy speaks, it speaks a clean slate, a new beginning. It is an eraser of records. The voice of mercy is louder than the past. It refuses to be concerned with whatever may have occurred before. Mercy is absolute forgiveness, and forgiveness is especially forgetful of negativity. The only thing it chooses to remember is Jesus on the cross. Mercy speaks a second chance. When mercy comes into man's life, it offers him another shot at the greatness and fulfillment he may have missed. That is why ex-convicts can go on to attain all heights of greatness in life, just like President Obasanjo. An adulterous woman was condemned to death when mercy intervened. Jesus told her to go on her way. and offered her an opportunity to renew life entirely, one without sin. Mercy takes away punishment. It absolves guilt. If you see a man whom mercy advocates for, don't ever write him off. There are endless possibilities and hope for him yet. Mercy opens up closed doors. Mercy walks hand in hand with grace. What mercy has forgiven, grace picks up for effortless and flawless victory. A student does not score the highest, but is picked for a scholarship. That's mercy. Somebody makes a bad mistake and should be dismissed from work, but is not. That's mercy talking. A bus collides into a truck. All lives are lost, except for this one person. That's mercy. You have applied for a job where you are the least qualified, but you will get it. Why? Mercy. You have a pressing need. Mercy will bring assistance your way. You are one step from passing on, but mercy appears. Mercy will plead your case before kings. Mercy has access to places you have never been. Mercy defies protocol. Everything stops to listen when mercy speaks. People may not like it. Some might murmur and call it unfair, but mercy pays them no mind. Mercy does not come late, nor does it run out of time. Mercy walks in the corridor of power. There is no limit to what mercy can do. God's mercies endure forever. The devil tries all sorts of tricks to devour you, but every single time, mercy says no. Mercy speaks a replacement. There is a vacuum where it lifts the load off your shoulders. Mercy does not leave you with that emptiness. When sorrow is taken away, joy comes in. Mercy will give you beauty for ashes, instead of that insatiable greed and thirst for more. Mercy will supply contentment, strength for weakness, good health for sickness, light in darkness, profit for loss, love for hate, fruitfulness for barrenness, wealth for poverty, grace for grasses, salvation for sin. It is only mercy that can turn a garment of crimson red into one with a clean, snow-like sparkle. Mercy replaces the spirit of fear and timidity with one of boldness. Unlike the givers of the world, mercy does all this for free. There is no hidden agenda, no side gain. Mercy is not dependent on the dictates of anyone, nor is it reliant on strength. Romans 9 verse 16. It is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God who showeth mercy. God's mercy is a language. It speaks, and it should be spoken. It is not one-sided. It is not passive. When you obtain it, you focus on the fact that it was given, not muscle earned. The least you can do is to share it with everyone around you. Be kind to people. Show compassion. If someone offends you, in all your dealings be merciful. The mercy of God is a living thing. It breathes and fights and lives on our inside. The voice of the gospel is the voice of mercy. Speak it out loud to all and sundry, in action and in words. Hebrews 4 verse 16 says, "Let us therefore come boldly before the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." The only place you can obtain mercy is before the throne. It is God's desire to show us mercy, hoping that we recognize this for what it is. May we never take mercy for granted as we go about living our lives. God says we should approach Him boldly, as you do this even now. Mercy will speak for you.